think.
Ouch.
That was a bit loud. I apologize. Welcome back, baby. Episode 37 of the DOOMCAST podcast. It's a new year. It's a new us. It's the same us.
Same us. Come on.
Same us.
When has a New Year's resolution ever worked?
I don't think I've ever made a New Year's resolution in my life.
Every New Year's resolution I've made, it fell through because it's just like you're not gonna make
they're
a
not,
change unless you make a
let's make a new rule for everybody, for every human being. Because
so this is a law.
This is a law, yeah. Let's just stop making New Year's resolutions. They never pan out.
Yeah. If you want to make a change on December 15th, start December 15th.
Why December 15th?
No, I'm just saying hypothetically, if that's the date, you know?
Okay, sure.
Whatever date you want to.
April 17th.
Yeah, April 1st.
Not April 1st. Then people are going to be like, you're joking.
I want to get in shape. As if. Like, this got to be capped.
So it's 2021, everybody. About time. COVID is over. Racism is over.
Racism is definitely over.
Everybody isn't poor anymore. Everybody's happy, actually.
Everybody's happy. Everyone's healthy, well rested.
Speaking of tomorrow's his inauguration, right?
Yes.
Biden. Are you gonna watch that?
No,
I'm not gonna watch it either. I think it's Tuesday. I heard Tuesday.
Yeah, the 20th.
The 20th. Tomorrow is not the 20th.
19th. Yeah, unless of course I'm wrong, which
that's a big possibility. I might tune in for like a good 2 minutes just to see what it looks like.
That was a regular cough because COVID is over.
Yeah, okay.
Simply put, yes.
It's flu season, bro.
It's flu season now?
Yeah. It's just flu season. Actually, you know what? Spring cleaning.
Oh, spring cleaning.
It's on the horizon. It's on the horizon.
Lungs are cleaning out.
Yeah, the only thing people got to worry about right now is tax season, bro.
Oh, but there's nothing to worry about.
Who said
that check? Unless, of course, you're committing tax evasion. Is there anything you want to get off your chest?
Who would do that, bro? I don't know what that is. How do you even commit tax? No, not tax evasion, but just tax fraud.
Fraud? I don't know.
I know unemployment fraud.
You say, what you know about unemployment fraud?
I mean, it's just pretty straightforward. Yeah, I worked at this place at this month for this long.
I guess tax fraud, and mind you, I don't know too much about it, or at least I don't know enough about it to incriminate myself. But I guess you just don't document certain incomes, certain
like Ted
expenses.
From Breaking Bad. He was cooking the books.
I don't remember Ted. I gotta rewatch the show. Why not? You know, if anything, when I think of any type of fraudulent activity, I think of Marty Bird.
I've been thinking about taxes lately. That's how you know I'm getting older, bro.
Oh, you're mature now.
Yeah, because I on like a regular afternoon, I'm just like, damn, that shit's coming. Because I don't think I'm getting a refund this year because I didn't make much last year.
Unemployment.
That, and there ain't no reason for them to give me something. No. So shit. I mean, IRS, if you watching, chill, bro. It's not that serious.
Yo, relax. But imagine you get the refund and you get that $2,000 stimmy. That's like 2021.
I'm gonna feel stimulated, year, you know? Bro. 2021 has not been my year so far. This shit has been.
But I mean, come on.
Do you deserve it?
New strands. Who knows? I'm an American citizen. Why wouldn't I deserve it? But besides the point, new strain of COVID. White people acting crazy, smearing poop and pee in the Capitol building. I
forgot that happened. It's been 2 weeks now.
Since?
I guess it wasn't last week. That's for sure.
Are you sure?
Was it last week?
I don't know, bro.
I don't think it was last week. I think it was 2 weeks.
Just going through.
But no matter what, like the day after it happened, I forgot about it. Because to me, it's just like people are like, this will be a day to remember in history. And
it's embarrassing for them.
Exactly. I think that's why I'm like, oh well.
It's embarrassing for like all parties involved. The cops who were letting them in. Embarrassing for the people who wore Viking outfits.
I hope that it will be talked about years from now in history classes. But I just wonder how it will be talked about.
That is an excellent question because we don't know if we get the HBO documentary that gives us the truth and the news is giving us some like edited version of the story, or if they just completely make up a story.
These patriots were so upset.
Exactly.
They were just protesting. They were just fighting for what's right.
Christ. But it's the level of hypocrisy, and because those are the same people who are upset about Kaepernick, upset about the people who are peacefully protesting, and whenever it seemed like the riots broke out, it was peaceful protests that were met with violence and people getting shot point blank with rubber bullets and losing limbs and eyes. And in the Capitol, they bring guns, they bring Beretta headphones so that, you know, it'll block their ears from loud noises. There was bombs. There was a bomb that was safely detonated, but there was a bomb. That's straight up terrorism. There's no debate. That's a terrorist. And they are getting treated like protesters by the same people who are criticizing the peaceful protesters. So just very frustrating. It's easy to just act like that didn't happen, but it's just your daily reminder that racism is alive and well in America.
Maybe next year.
We'll try again next year.
Maybe with Biden, bro.
Well, that's the thing about Biden. We gonna get mandatory vaccinations.
What do you think when Biden first sits in that office? What do you think he's gonna do? What's the first thing that comes across his mind?
He's gonna have a stroke. Probably. He's very, very old.
I gotta take my meds.
he just sits down, relaxes.
What if he goes to where Obama used to sit and sniffs it?
Oh my God! He's like,
oh, I'm back.
No, I'm back, but now we're closer than ever, Barry.
Like he's dead. I'll do this for you.
Yeah, he only ran for presidency because he wanted to be like his best friend.
Listen, man. I'm just. I hope we're inching closer and closer to this COVID shit being over, because like it's just depressing. And
bro, who knows? I mean, because
listen,
there's a new strain.
I will say one thing. I'm not a Biden fan. But,
no, not at all. But
I will say
settle for Biden.
But I will say I'm more confident with the future now that he's in office, as opposed to if Donald Trump was still in office.
Yes, because you could get into the whole, Biden did this bad, Trump did this bad.
He has a plan, and that's essentially what I'm.
Not even that.
Like,
but
yes,
the world looks at us like a laughingstock because a reality TV host is our president. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how you slice it, he's Hollywood. He's an entertainer. He has zero political experience, and he is a leader of the free world. He's not allowed to have a Twitter, but he has access to the nuclear launch codes.
Do you think within the next couple hours he's like, "This is my last night. I'm gonna go out with a bang," and then we all blow up?
Or did you ever see that episode of Ren and Stimpy? Ren was president. Mm-hmm. It was just like, you know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I imagined.
We did it, man. 4 years. They honestly went by in a flash. I remember when he was elected. I don't want to fucking be political in this episode, but I remember when.
Let's not get political.
I remember when he was elected. We were freshmen in high school, and we were just like, oh my God, dude, our lives just started and they're about to end. This is it. We're gonna go to war. We're gonna get bombed. He's gonna settle some agreement with somebody, and aliens are gonna kill us all, and this is the end of the world. And 4 years passed.
Yeah,
it was pretty tough though. It was a pretty tough 4 years, but
yeah. Was it tougher because of Trump?
Probably. I mean,
probably.
Whatever that was gonna be thrown at us, no matter what, he made it even tougher.
Yeah.
We'll miss you, big boy. Salute to you.
He's a big boy too.
He's a large. I hate that's one of the worst. That's one of the worst pictures ever of just him at the tennis court,
caked up in all white.
Yeah, you see his underwear lines.
That's what Ludacris was rapping about. All white.
I could smell that picture, bro.
You didn't have to bring smell into it. I know he had his gooch greased up on that tennis court.
His gamer grease, bro. His presidential grease. Presidential powder.
No, he puts the presidential powder on his gooch grease. Yes, to prevent it.
Gross.
He uses presidential powder to prevent gooch grease. And I think we would be remiss to not acknowledge the passing of the late great Daniel Dumoulin, of course. Inspired this channel name. I think there's a lot of parallels between what we do and what he did. Of course, it's hip hop. You're not rapping. I can't spit. I can spit one of his verses. I can't, do a freestyle. But just combining New York comic books, that same hip hop energy.
Yeah. I guess that's one way to put it. I mean, I don't think we've ever talked about how this name came to be. We'll get into it now. Sure. The original name for this podcast was going to be Skeefcast.
Was it? Jesus Christ.
So it was going to be Skeefcast.
What was it?
And
junior year?
This was 2018. 2018. This was not 20. This was 2019. This was not that long ago. For those of you who don't know, which is everybody, because that's our own vernacular. Yeah. Skeef was a term that we would use for the male genitalia. We would just say like, "Oh, skeef this, skeef that," and we thought it was a funny word, which it was. Now I don't think it's that funny.
It still is. I think. But
teach its own, What's funny is when I think I came up with that name and you were like, yeah, that's it. That's the one. I think I still have the picture of just when I made the account on Anchor and I had welcome to Skeefcast. Like I made the description and I was like, yo, this is it. And then I made it. And before we even literally 30 minutes after, the name DOOMCAST came up to me.
Yeah, which is much better.
And I was like, wait. And I texted you. I was like, wait, what about DOOMCAST? And you were like, yeah. Change that shit. Change that shit. Better. And I don't really know where it can. I mean, like, in terms of, it wasn't like for MF Doom. It was literally just the word is cool for MF Doom and just Doctor Doom. Like, it's just a cool word. Doomsday. Whatever. Doomcast. DOOMROOM. DOOMROOM came a long time later, but just DOOMCAST. That just sounded cool. Like. I was like, yeah, that sounds so much better than Skeefcast. So had I not thought of that, we would have still been Skeefcast. No, I'm sure we would have still changed it at some point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, come on.
Whether that be, months later or another 30 minutes after.
Like anything is subject to change as far as like anything creative, right? Because it's a reflection.
But you don't want it to be a name though, do you? I feel like that's one thing that's just like your name, that's like the foundation.
The only issue is people recognizing you.
It's
but at the same time our faces are attached,
I guess. So, but it's like once you do all this stuff that is tied to that name, it's just like you're essentially starting over again.
I see what you mean.
It's like
I see what you mean. I understand that. Mm-hmm.
So here at the Doom Room, here at the Doomcast, I want to say rest in peace to MF Doom. My favorite rapper ever. I don't know about you.
I think it's safe to say. Spit a verse right now, bro.
Don't actually spit a verse.
Why not, bro? We not gonna get copyrighted.
We're not, but
let's have some fun, bro.
We could, yeah. Okay, spit a verse. Spit a verse right now. Choose? You was gonna think of one.
But there's so many, and then there's so many where I know like every fifth word, you feel me?
Okay.
Because I feel like that's the issue about rapping along to an MF Doom song. You rhyme in like every other syllable, so it's hard to make the mouth movements, kind of. But
are you still thinking?
There's only one beer left.
This rappers always screaming out here like we're deaf. Tempting. Another on the label. Get out of the season, bring them to the table like it's on me. Put it on my tab.
Why you win it? What's it?
That's now you're just being disrespectful.
Yeah, this is disrespectful.
That's enough.
It's a bit
Come on,
much.
Bro. Since Halloween.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is what struck me the most.
That ties into the whole mystique of the
it's
the mask,
fitting.
like.
Cause you really don't know. You didn't really know much of him as a person. Like there's plenty of video. Like he made music before he was MF Doom. He was in a rap group when he was just Daniel, and he was a good-looking kid. But then once he put on the mask, he turned into the villain, and then you knew nothing about him. It was like, yeah, that's him. Like that's his whole thing. Like. Doctor. And it's fitting that when he died, we still don't know how he died. And I don't think we're ever gonna know how he died, and I'm completely okay with that.
Yeah, I think what he did was really cool is like the persona, because as a rapper, more than any entertainer, I feel like you create this persona, right? And a lot of times it's flexing and, oh, I got all this money, look at these women. But he was on some, I am a character. I'm a literal character.
He's a villain.
I am a villain.
You're not gonna know much about me, and whatever you do know about me is I'm just this grimy bastard, bro.
He's a grimy bastard, yes.
So rest in peace. The Doom Room will carry on. We're gonna become rappers now.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Why not? What? But only MF Doom covers.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's not fair. Nobody wants to hear that.
Did you hear how good that was? That previous one?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
I don't know. That 2021, we're only like 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in. I don't feel any different, man. It still feels like 2020 out here, bro. People lied to me, man.
December
2021
40
was going December 40 something.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know. A lot of people are, not to get morbid here, but a lot of people are dying like near me.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, it's different when it's family.
A lot of my other friends' families dying, and it's just like,
I thought you meant friends.
No, not my friends are dying, but
around our, like, who I know personally, who is like 19, 20s, like that age group, who got COVID and died. But of course it's happened, but nobody
speaking of getting COVID, I had a little bit of a scare. So your boy, another reason that this year hasn't been so great in the first month. Yeah. Your boy got a little sicky.
But that was great. No.
Oh, I guess in terms, okay. Your boy got a little sicky like 4 days into the year, which is weird. Every January I get sick. Every January, like the past 4 Januaries, I've gotten some type of sickness. But this time, legitimately, like January 3rd or 4th, the whole day was fine. From when I woke up to like 2 o'clock, I was fine. I had breakfast. I say 3 o'clock, I was watching the movie Ready Player One.
Nice, dude. Epic. You're a real gamer.
I was laying down.
Nice.
I just like, I didn't even realize, but my body just snapped. Like I was just like, what the fuck? Why does my head hurt so much? Why have my
something came loose in your body?
I get like all the just unlodged in my chest. It just released into my body. And I was just like, shit. As soon as I felt that, I was like, shit. So I stayed in my bedroom. I stayed in my bedroom that whole night, and my mom came in. She's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't feel good. Get away. Like that's all I'm telling you.
Real.
That's all that's all I'm telling you. Like I don't know what my symptoms are. I just feel crappy. Get away. She was like, okay. I mean, she's like, you know how mothers are. She's still gonna try to feel my fucking forehead. And I'm like, lady, back up, bro. Oh, you want to test it right now? Yeah. Test my Fahrenheit and whatever. I only believe it if it's Celsius.
99.2. That's a bit of a fever, Gilbert.
Actually, now that you mention it, bro, 103?
98.2.
Oh, 98.2. Right.
Lower than average, because I'm cool as a
average.
cucumber.
I thought average was like 97.
98.6.
Okay, sure.
And you're a whole degree above that.
It's because you're sitting so close to me. I'm getting flustered.
Or do you got that vid?
We're making a vid right now, bro. Of course.
Yo, we making a movie like Regal. So but could it have been a different strain though?
That I discovered by myself.
In your bed, yes. Not traveling to the Amazon and nothing.
I mean,
like
I was whatever it was very, very mild, thankfully. All my symptoms was essentially just uncomfortability, occasional fever, and I say like legitimately when it would just get hot in my room and I'd be like, get away from me, and then it would go away. But other than that, my taste was there. I could breathe. I wasn't coughing. I could sleep. I was sleeping great. I was good.
I was talking to my moms about this. What other disease? How much time do we have? Because I don't want to.
We're at 10 minutes.
End it there again. I was having this conversation with my mom because what disease has that wide variety of symptoms? I don't know anything you could get that can give you a cough, give you a fever, shortness of breath, or you can lose your taste, sense of smell, or eyesight permanently.
That's sad. I've never heard the eyesight one. Is that part of it?
Someone got COVID and went blind.
Maybe that it was just like, already blind, bro.
Or they just became completely unrelated blindness while they had COVID conveniently. But it seems like there's such a weird range of symptoms, and there's like, nobody knows what's going on, and there's new information coming out.
It's crazy, bro. It's almost like, we're in a pandemic or whatnot. Like, it's about to be a year.
Jesus Christ.
So to cap off that story, I was sick for like a good 2 days. On that Friday, I went to the doctor to get tested. It came out negative, thankfully. And I told the doctor, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling a little sick. And he was just like, oh, that's fine. Because he knew that I was there to get COVID tested. Mm-hmm. So he was just like, I don't really give a fuck about anything else you're here for, as long as we know that you're positive or not.
He didn't want to take up space.
Yeah, and it was I was there for like a good 4 hours. Like, I told him, I was just like, I told him, I was like, I just felt uncomfortable. I felt sick. I knew that I was sick. Like, that feeling when you're just like, like I have something in me. And he was just like,
you got something in you, bro.
And he was just like, yeah, you're good. You'll get your results in like 20 minutes.
Well, hallelujah.
So, praise be
to the Most
to the man above. Mm-hmm. Let's hope it continues like that. Hope we get the only negativity we get this year is what?
Pregnancy tests.
Actually, I've been trying lately. Let me stop. Me specifically. Yeah, just me.
I'm hoping for a little bundle of joy.
That's really the everything that's happened to me this month. What about you, brother man?
I mean, internship's coming to a close. Very happy about that.
You're happy about that,
bro? We haven't talked much about it yet because I don't want to. But oh my god, I don't like it there. Like, for real.
That's fair.
I don't know if it's the fact that I'm doing it in a virtual environment, but I'm ready for it to be over. It was definitely a valuable experience, and
so they not like we want you on the team, bro.
Dog, I told them straight up. I was just like, I don't want to be here
anymore. Do you think that they were planning on being like, you could have a spot here?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah. What does that say about you?
Bro, but my heart is not in that at all. But I launched a website that has all my art on it.
I saw that. It was very nice. It was very nice.
Oh, I put it on Twitter. That's right.
I was just Googling your name and it popped up.
So yeah, I'm gonna be putting all the thumbnails I do for the Doom Room. Basically any art that I do that I'm proud of, I'm gonna be putting it on that website, updating it periodically. So that's cool. And I put it on my resume. Went to a career fair. It's on my LinkedIn.
I've been trying to because it's kind of harder to do that with editing, which is my passion.
Unless you do a compilation.
That's essentially. I've been trying to do an editing reel of my best edits out of the year that I've been editing. Mm-hmm. It's actually a lot harder because I don't know. I forget a lot of the edits that I do, and then trying to track them down. Like, was it this episode or was it that episode or was it in this vlog?
Maybe you just do from this point moving forward, because that's kind of the thing.
Yeah, that's fair. But then
website, all of that art is since October 13th.
But then that means I gotta work harder, man. I gotta actually do editing.
You're at editing now than you were before. You're not.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be doing a whole bunch of edits. So now you just
some of my favorite edits I can't really name right now. I really don't know off the top of my head.
I like the radio one in the South Park.
Oh, that was pretty cool. I guess. I don't know. But I'm saying it's something like that isn't just like, overlay that over the scene. Like something that's actually just
like I know during the podcast episode with Kawan, you put in the Solid Snake sound, the Discovery sound.
I don't know if it was that episode, which is exactly my point.
Who knows, bro?
But yeah, man.
Totally.
Sure, dude.
But yeah, we here with it, getting better. I am giving some thought to art school though. My only thing is virtual art school. Why would I do that to myself? That's ridiculous. But I'm about to get my associates. It's almost up. But I want to, as far as 4-year degree, I would want to go to art school. But at the same time, virtual art school seems. Dog.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect you, but like, I always have to burp once in a session.
Freaking.
That's our thing. Normally people fart during recording.
No, that's
session.
not.
We established this. Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It happened on
Game Grumps, Super Mega, other gaming show.
And they're in the same studio. Maybe the breakfast bagels they put out, they laced with laxatives. Who knows? Would you want
to if you lived in Los Angeles and Game Grumps headquarters was were like, we got a spot for you, come work there?
Yeah,
I'd probably do it. To edit for them, I'd do it.
I don't know, to shake Eagle Raptor's hand and look him in the face, knowing he's mildly racist.
He's mildly racist. Their old editor, actually, he might still be editing, but he would always send weird pedophilic shit to Jacob Sartorius. Whoa. And the viewers would at Eagle Raptor like, hey, can you address the fact that your editor does this shit? And he would just like never say anything until he finally.
Between him and John, so him allowing that and John to just do what they do, he clearly doing a lot of nastiness himself.
They're all kind of like him, Chris. Dog, have you seen his old cartoons? He always spout the N-word and whatnot.
Oh wow, I do not recall.
He did it in Oni Plays. Like they're all kind of in that group because they're all comfortable with them saying it and they think it's funny, and it's like Stamper.
Oh my God, Stamper, one of my greatest favorite voice actors.
Stamper, I follow Stamper.
He loves the N-word.
I follow Stamper on Twitter, and like legitimately every day he'll just go on tangents where he'll just say the N-word and then he'll delete them the next day. So he knows that he's like, I shouldn't leave this up here.
Yeah, I unfollowed him on Twitter because of that. It was just too much.
He hasn't tweeted in a while.
Jesus Christ.
So I don't know. Maybe he's just like, fuck that.
Yeah, because if you go to a studio like that, an environment like that, you're basically gonna expose yourself to racism regularly. But also at the same time, those are the people who I watched throughout my, I don't want to say childhood, because I kind of we put me on the Game Grumps, what, 6th, 7th grade?
Yeah, 6th, 7th grade.
But like from then all throughout high school, not really knowing how bad it is. But and of course, the most recent outed Let's Player pedophile, Call Me Carson.
Oh, I never really cared about Call Me Carson, so I was just like, funny.
Yeah, I didn't like watch him as much as like the others.
It's kind of died down, right? People have kind of like, I mean, people still bring it up, but it's kind of died down.
Week, you know?
Maybe 2 weeks ago.
The pandemic. I said
the
pandemic has vastly distorted.
I think that was like 2 weeks ago.
Of time.
Either way, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I haven't heard much
of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's down bad. There's no excuse in that, bro. He's just a straight up pedo. And he was on some, gosh, I know you're 17, but it's just, I can't stop thinking about your body. What?
When you're a YouTuber, man, life's different when you're a YouTuber, bro. That's really all it breaks down to.
Are we gonna just become disgusting in some facet? Whether I guess not racist or pedophile, but we come up with something new.
Who says not racist or pedophile?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a flaming racist when we become famous. Definitely.
I mean, it's completely not out of the realm of possibility. You could just you could become Uncle Ruckus.
Imagine, yeah, I become Resident Coon.
Yeah,
and to get invited to right wing events.
No, I'm gonna become I'm gonna become a furry. Oh. We already started. You already ignited something in me with the spiral costume.
I exposed you to that world. But that's the thing. You can be an ethical furry. You can't be an ethical pedophile.
Okay,
if you just wear your costume and be a freak, that's your business, right?
You just call him a freak, bro.
You pretty freaky if you dressing up.
Oh, you meant like sexual freak. I thought you just meant like you fucking freak.
Yo, a little bit of both. Why not?
I guess that's fair.
I feel like the furries who be doing stuff with animals, that's like you wilding. That's unethical.
The furry stuff that does stuff with animals. I feel like being a furry is just kind of like just a little bit of I kind of want to do something with an animal. This conversation with, but I don't want to admit it, or I don't actually want to go through with it. So I'll just fuck a human in a dog suit instead.
But I was having a conversation about if furries were ethical or not, with someone recently. I don't even remember
with
how this
another
came
furry.
Out. No, I think this came out because they saw the Halloween podcast. But there's a whole bunch. I saw this like YouTube documentary about the furry community, and it was like a rabbit hole. It started off like
a rabbit hole.
Yeah, sure, they're weird, but oh wow,
rabbit
that was
hole,
completely
bro.
unintentional. Wow. All jokes aside, they were like how there's a lot of like pedophilia in the community because everyone's in a costume, so you don't know the remaining character. They don't ask questions. Also a lot of spread of disease because you just go to town and you move like an animal. You don't ask questions, you just go.
You unlock your animal instincts.
You go feral, you go berserk. Like Wolverine at the end of Logan. That's the energy that each furry carries.
Enough about furries.
I think that's more than enough.
So I have one thing that I really want to talk about, and it's on screen right now. The viewers can't see it. So all my gamers out there, if you have or have not been playing Cyberpunk 2077, I'm sure you've heard about it. I've been playing it recently. I don't know if you've seen anything about it with everything that's going on. It's kind of hard not to. Yeah. Let me just say, I've been enjoying it. I've been having a real good time with this game. But I had no expectations. I wasn't hyped for this shit. I remember when the first trailer came out back in like 2013.
Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't.
And I was
know
like,
about it.
oh, this looks cool, but you know, whatever. When it comes out, it comes out. Who knew that I'd be waiting 7 years? But I didn't really care. I was just like, whenever it comes out, I'm gonna play it. But I do feel for the people that have pre-ordered since like 2015.
That's disgusting. That's
like,
egregious.
There were people who were posting like their receipts from like 2015.
Why would you do that?
Just to show like.
No, I'm saying, why would you pre-order a game that's not finished?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the timeline.
Okay, because I fully pre-ordered the Avengers.
That's a good point. So, I wasn't gonna say nothing because I completely forgot you did that, but
yeah, it's a bit embarrassing.
Whatever, man.
Yeah. I still have hope. I don't know why, but I still have hope for that game.
That's it, man. It's dead. Just put it out the pasture.
I think I won a AAA.
You have to take your case, with the game in it, and just go to your backyard and shoot it.
Shoot it.
Yes, or light it on fire.
Get a gun.
That's why I said. That's what I said. Or light it on fire.
Shooting game. Hitman style, assassination style. Well, I haven't played this at all. I've seen some clips. Very, very bad glitches. But as far as RPGs, like, I've recently been playing Fallout 4 a lot. But like that game, very enjoyable to me. Terrible graphics, plenty of glitches. That's just part of the journey, baby.
I wasn't that big of a fan of that game when it came out.
What was your favorite Fallout game?
3.
I didn't finish 3.
Excuse me, I'm gassing you again.
Super.
New Vegas is probably second. 4 is probably third. But I thought 4 was good, but I was just like, I'm not having as much fun as I did with 3 and New Vegas.
Do you think it's because you're older? Maybe they didn't age well. You know what I mean?
Well,
the rose tinted glasses of your childlike mind.
Well, Fallout 4 came out in 2015. I played Fallout 3 like 2 years prior, so I don't really know.
14 versus 12.
I'm sure if I was to play Fallout 3, which I have on my computer, I'd probably enjoy it more. But anyways, my story with Cyberpunk.
Ooh, Cyberpunk or Fallout 4?
Cyberpunk. Yeah, fuck Fallout 4.
Bro, I don't know. I didn't play it, bro.
Anyways, I had heard of all the glitches. I've heard of all the compatibility issues and the fact that this game is just not well optimized for PCs. But I'm like, bro, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I have a pretty decent gaming PC. It's okay. It could run most titles on high, medium to high, sometimes even ultra if they're optimized well. So I'm like, bro, Cyberpunk, that's light. I could do that. That's light. And then I know with Steam, if you could buy it, and if you played less than 2 hours, you could just refund it and get your money back.
That's cool.
So I'm like, worst comes to worst, I'll just get my money back.
Yeah, if it just isn't compatible with your PC.
On Steam, they show you like the requirements, like the minimum and the recommended. On the recommended, I fucking killed that shit. I'm like, yo, I have better than all of this, so I should be great. I bought it. I booted it up first. It was running good. I made my character.
Your PC started crackling.
Nah, it was pretty silent.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm in for a great time. I made my character. I made his little peepee.
Nice.
And I was like, we're about to have a great time. First cutscene loads, I was getting like 12 frames per second, bro.
During the cutscene.
The in-game cutscene. So I was in-game, yes.
12 frames.
So and the preset was on high. So I was like, okay, let me lower this.
Yeah.
I put it to medium, 20 frames per second. I put it to low, 27 frames per second. I'm like, and then I turned off like all like the anti-aliasing. I turned it off. MSAA, turned it off. FX, turned it off.
I'm gonna act like I know what those.
I turned off all the doodads and whatnot. So the game just looked garbage, and it was still running at like 29 frames per second. And then I was getting like indoors, I was getting like grass from outside popping in and out of the building. I played for like a good hour and 30 minutes.
He said, I'm not strong enough. I can't do it.
And then I was like, yeah, I'm refunding this. Yeah. So I got my money back, and then I bought the PS4 version, which was $20 off actually. So I got it for $40 instead of $60. And I've been enjoying it. I've been having a great grand old time. It is still very glitchy. Out of like the good 10 hours I've had in this game, it's crashed on me like 7 times.
Averaging 0.8 per hour.
Yeah, almost one crash per hour. There's still some glitches of just like random people popping in at random times, like during stuff. It's a really big world, so that's just gonna come with it.
But you got to customize your robo PP.
Not really. Oh, wow. The radiator's turning on. I'm gonna move closer to you.
You're gonna have to
one of the reasons why people are so upset about this game is not only is it unfinished in terms of just the glitches and the bugs and the emptiness in it, but they kind of did lie with a lot of the stuff that they promised. And like, okay, so when you start up the game, you have 3 people to pick from. There's the street kid, the nomad, and the corpo.
Yeah.
And in all the press release, all the gameplay, they were always like, whatever you choose, that's gonna be your life, like throughout the whole game. Like it's just gonna factor in so much. The only difference is you get a different intro cutscene, and then the rest of the game is exactly the same. And it's not even like,
what about, no, I thought there was different dialogue options though.
That changed nothing of the missions and of the relationships you have with the character.
Exaggerated the importance.
They exaggerated. And then on top of that, it's not like with Elder Scrolls, like, you know, if you're a dark elf, you're better with magic. If you're a Khajiit, you're better with sneak. There's none of that. Like, it's just like, if it's not like if you're a street kid, you're stronger or you're better at sneak, or if you're a corpo, you're better at dialogue. Like, no, it's the same thing.
Yeah, so that's pretty gross.
I picked a nomad. I was gonna pick the street kid, but
probably the street kid because, you know,
that's just the aesthetic you like, you know. I was gonna pick street kid, but I had just recently watched Mad Max Fury Road, and I was like, bro, I want to be on that desert life, like that, fucking driving cars and shit. So I'm a nomad, and there's really nothing that's like special. Like, you get an occasional dialogue option that's like, when I was driving. Yeah, when I was in my clan, we used to do this, and then the person will be like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, and then that's it. Other than that, I've been enjoying it. I'm not even close to being it. There's a whole bunch of crap. There's an overwhelmingly amount of things to do. It's kind of scary. But other than that, I've been good. I'm excited for the PS5 version. Hopefully it looks better. Hopefully it runs better.
Oh, this is the PS4 version?
This is the PS4 version, yes. The PS5 version has yet to come out.
Wow. When is that coming?
They said later this year. Late this year, like October, November.
Good luck with that.
It might be too late by the time that comes out.
That's ridiculous. So. But they got your money, so...
They got my money twice, technically, but I got my money back the first time.
So no.
But I paid them twice. The transaction went through twice, but I got my money back the first time.
They got your money one time, bro.
I went into their store twice, man.
But
they saw my face twice.
One increment of your money. I'm telling you.
That's
why you want to get duped twice so bad? Damn.
I don't want to get duped, bro. That's for sure. I do the duking. Oh, duped?
Duped.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about something else, man. I got something else on my mind.
I got this girl and she want me to duke her.
That's another MF
I told her I'll come scoop her around 8. She says super.
Super.
Sounds great. Shorty girl a trooper.
There you go. It all comes back to you,
bro. It's like there's groups of bars, but I can't spit a whole verse on a given song, bro.
I guess.
Wilder than the Nile, hold power like the Great Pyramids of Giza, and stay leaning like the Tower of Pisa.
Please excuse the radiator.
Give him
in the
something
background.
he could feel that's soft as squeezer.
Here
Raw
in
with
New
the
York,
pen and
it's
on the
very
mic off
cold.
the heezer.
So apartments are
It was a nice day
legally.
today, though.
It hasn't even been that cold in a while. I don't really know
Global
why this
warming.
radiator is on. They're legally obligated to once it hits a certain temperature, but we're over that, so I don't know why it's still on.
A landlord wilding.
What I think it is because during November, December, when it would be like 20 degrees out, this shit would never be on. So people would complain, and now he's just like, "Oh, you wanted it, right? I'm turning it on. I'm never turning it off." So this thing's probably gonna be on until like
What if he just
April,
off a perk and he chilly?
every single day, and I'm giving him my money.
That's what it. Who do you think it's fueling his addiction, bro? His tenants. Speaking of tenants, I saw Tenant recently.
That's a great segue,
and
that's what I'm talking
was
about.
The most confusing and frustrating movie that I've ever watched. Period. I went into that movie with the most open of minds. Was really excited to see a black protagonist, not only a black protagonist, but Denzel's son, and he was excellent. And every fighting scene, I felt, I don't know, he was doing it.
He was hitting you.
And I don't know if that's more the sound design or the fight choreography, but like it felt
both.
like really aggressive. It was really good. The fight scenes were really good. Acting was solid. But when I tell you, if you have a movie like that where it's doing like time travel or not, you need a solid set.
Let me ask you this
time laws, if you will, and you have to follow them the entire movie. But please go.
What was the movie about?
That's an excellent question. That's a great question. But I'm not gonna lie. You know what the movie was about? Christopher Nolan had an idea about the whole time reversal thing, and he says, I'm going to fit as much cool shit regarding that time reversal mechanic in this movie as I can. And I spent like a good half of the movie trying to like pay attention and figure out like what's going on, and like, oh, that dude in the beginning who fought him in the opera, that must be him, right? Because that's just how movies work. But then halfway through the movie, the protagonist is trapped in the car, and the main villain lights the car on fire, but because they're in the backwards time stream.
This is a spoiler?
Not really. But because they're in the backwards time stream, the fire that is encasing the car causes the car and the protagonist inside to freeze.
Oh.
Excuse me? Now that was the part.
Yeah, I get it. That makes sense.
I was red with fury. No, because the whole nature of the mechanic is that it reverses whatever was done in the not present but the other time stream.
And if you rewind fire, ice.
No, fuck you. Okay, because the nature of fire or heat is molecular movement.
Okay.
And so if you're moving those molecules backwards, it doesn't create cold. It creates heat in another direction.
Okay.
So why would you get ice?
It was in the cold direction. It was pointing east where it's colder because like Russia.
Please.
I don't know. I never seen this movie, so I didn't see it. What I have heard though is it's a movie that you have to see several times to get it, and that in itself is I don't want to see it now because now I don't want to like. That's not a selling point.
No, something that's really rewatchable. I kind of like that.
But is this rewatchable?
Yes and no. I say no because that's just who I am, right? This is a cool story because my embarrassing stories didn't start in kindergarten. Fun enough, but this was like before you knew me. But there was a costume party, and that shit is loud now. But there was a costume party, and I was like maybe 4 or 5 years old. And they were doing Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
I've heard that song once or twice. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said that you heard the story. My mom loves to tell it. But they started getting a little kooky because it was a kid's costume party. So they said, and on that farm he had a lion. E-I-E-I.
Okay,
cutesy,
that's kind of dumb, but sure.
Went into a Spartan rage because there were no lions on the farm.
Because you've always been that type of person, even at a young age.
And whenever to this day, when I went on that little rant about how reverse fire is ice, oh my God, there's no lions on the farm. That's what my family does.
Okay, so what do you think started that? Where do you think that stems from?
Oh, we gonna go into a therapy session on the DOOMROOM?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
I'm Dr. Melfi.
Well, then I'm Alana.
What are you talking about? We're not talking about the same thing.
Like from Oprah, she was like, "Put your face near the hole."
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't think I've ever watched an Oprah episode in my life.
Really?
No.
Everybody loves Oprah.
Do you love Oprah?
You get a car. You get a car.
I wouldn't say I have a problem with Oprah, but I certainly don't love her. What'd she do for me?
Anti-black.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's just what it is.
Nah.
Is that all you have to say about Tenet? Is that
it did things well, but the level of confusion in that story, like I feel like it was an action movie, and it had the whole reversal of time mechanic, and the action scenes, like the fight scenes where someone's reversed and someone's not, they look so good. Like, and it's like, oh, this is genius that he thought of that. But when he takes that same time mechanic and he applies it to the plot, nah, you lost me.
I don't know. Christopher Nolan, he likes to make art, and to him, that's art to him. And
have you seen Memento? That was like his
Memento.
This was like his first movie, and that's a very rewatchable movie.
Memento.
Yeah, and the story
that's what
is
it's called?
solid on that. Yeah.
It's not Momentum.
No, Memento.
Memento.
Because it's based on a photograph, like
okay.
a memento.
No, I haven't seen it.
You
to
haven't?
Answer your question, no.
All right, I can't remember the main man.
I see your porn there, dude.
Dog, shush. Yeah, Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce.
That dude.
Okay.
And of course, Trinity. Oh, and
hey,
boy, buddy. Yep.
Fucking what's Ralph Cifaretto?
You should definitely see it.
Okay, maybe.
I would say watch Memento instead of watching Tenet.
That's fair.
That movie raised my blood pressure. Oh my God.
You know what you know what you should see instead? That isn't just a very thinky movie, just all out. Because you said you like the action scenes and you wanted more. Mad Max Fury Road.
I still haven't seen it yet.
That movie's, I saw that movie earlier this month while I was sick, and I was like, man, this is fantastic.
The coronavirus.
Yeah,
guys at home, if you or any of your loved ones are afflicted by the coronavirus, please watch Mad Max Fury Road. That is the cure.
Only on Blu-ray.
Do not vaccinate. The Blu-ray of Mad Max Fury Road.
If you watch it
is the cure.
Digitally, it'll get worse. That's not funny. That's not funny.
What happened? The DOOMROOM told me to watch Mad Max.
So what else have you watched recently, Jelani? Tell me about it.
Is this what we're gonna do?
Yep.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yep.
Okay. After over 500 days of waiting, the MCU has returned in spectacular fashion.
Spectacular.
So
we'll get into it. Yes.
Yeah, clearly, because I have a lot to say about the 2 episodes of Wandavision we received.
Before you start, me and you, we've always been Marvel fans. You more than I.
Yeah. I was a Marvel fan since I was about 6 years old.
And so was I. But you more on like I know the lore. I read this, I read that. Me, I'm just like, I like Spider-Man, I like Hulk, I like seeing them fight. As I've gotten older, I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I will always be in line to see their movies. But I think Endgame was the stepping off point for me.
That's interesting. You say that.
I think I'm always gonna watch, like, especially if it's Spider-Man. I love me some Spider-Man.
Oh my God, Spider-Man.
And Fantastic Four. I want to see Fantastic Four. I'm always gonna be hyped for these movies. but not like you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I would completely respect that. But I read House of M as a little tiny boy, and it blew my mind. And to see both Wanda Maximoff and Vision get a solid story is like, you wouldn't even dream about that. But I feel like thus far for the first 2 episodes, it's just done a lot of setups. So it's still nothing but potential. I was hyped for this show, but I'm more hyped having seen the first 2 episodes because I have high expectations on how they're going to pay him off. Who knows what's going to happen?
I wouldn't say I was hyped for the show. I was looking forward to the show, and I was like, man. And you said, you know, you started us off by saying nearly 500 days of MCU. It just hasn't felt like that for me. And I've been okay with that.
2 weeks, bro.
Yeah, like I'm okay with another year of no Marvel movies.
Oh God! Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. See that visceral reaction you had? Like I said, after Endgame, for me, Endgame was like perfect ending.
That's interesting that you say that, because I feel like the Avengers was one of the very important parts of the Marvel universe,
and there's so much more they could get into.
Exactly.
But I probably just won't get that excited like I was for Endgame.
I feel like they're going into it. Definitely, Endgame was like a bookend. But they're doing different shit.
This is book 2 for sure.
This is book 2, definitely. And I say potential, and I keep saying potential, but I don't know which direction they're going to take it in. I have all these theories.
I do.
And I think that's part of the fun, right? And I feel like the way they're formatting this is to pay homage to television, period. Right, you see that in the first episode. It kind of made reference to the Dick Van Dyke Show and I Love Lucy. Second episode was more Bewitched, and they're kind of going through decades of television. While there's also this sinister reality warping, someone's imprisoning her, or maybe she's imprisoning someone. What's going on? Who the fuck was that beekeeper?
Before you get into your theories and whatnot, which I'm gonna preface this by saying I have none of. I really don't know. We should just leave this here for the podcast and then talk about the theories, and I'll bounce the theories off. No, I was gonna just say, did you like the 2 episodes?
Oh, I was smiling the whole time, baby.
Again,
you didn't like it.
I thought it was fine. I didn't have any expectations going in. I knew it was going to be weird. I knew it was going to go in many different directions that we have yet to see. But I wouldn't say I had a good time watching it.
You wouldn't say that. So you had a bad time?
I didn't say... Okay, I did say that I didn't like it. But I did like it. I had fun watching it. Nothing really happened, though.
Because once again, as far as like... the reality warping implications that Kevin Feige was talking about.
Sync.
Oh, yeah. That's not happening until, I guess, episode 3, 4. But it definitely hasn't happened yet.
So why do you say that you were smiling the whole time?
Because, like all the theorists and people who have been literally making a living off of Marvel content on like YouTube and stuff, they literally are analyzing everything frame by frame, and I watch that. That sounds
miserable.
Way.
That honestly just
to you.
You're right to me, but like I just want to sit back and enjoy. You're
fun, like searching.
Okay, sure,
for, like,
it's fun
because it's at this point for the first 2 episodes, it's still like a mystery show more than anything, right?
Yeah,
because
Scooby-Doo.
What's going on with them?
Yeah.
So the little bits and pieces that I've kind of put together is. Wanda Maximoff clearly watched a lot of American television as a Sokovian child, and it's probably how she learned English. The town is probably called Westview because that's how she views the West.
Okay.
Right.
So in your head canon, this is just in her head. Like this is her.
No, not even sure about what's going on there. I'm just saying what I do think is happening so far.
Okay.
But there's a whole bunch of stuff where it's just like, what? I think Vision is alive. Like, for real.
If he isn't, he'll come back at some point. So it don't matter.
That's completely true. But it seems as though she's able to access kind of all of the parts of the Infinity Stone. She clearly has the reality warping ability, right? Has the Power Stone because she had Thanos begging for mercy. The Mind Stone because she's able to manipulate people's minds in Age of Ultron and even read people's minds.
Okay.
Time Stone, a little bit less. I don't know if you peeped, but when she was trying to make the dinner, she reversed the chicken.
And it came to eggs. Yeah.
And even kind of looking forward into the future when she made Tony's greatest fear come into fruition.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And the Soul Stone, that one's a little tricky. Oh, when this is grasping for straws. This isn't like, but when she was talking to Hawkeye in Endgame, she was just like, they're in a better place now, both of them. Like she saw the sacrifices from the Soul Stone, right?
Both of them, yeah.
So I think she is able to access all the power of the Infinity Gauntlet. Nah, never mind. But as far as the reality warping, I don't know to what extent is going on because it's clearly not all in her head because she has people there captive. That's what I'm jacking. Because they acting really, really weird. So I think she created this little pocket reality where she could be the American family, right? And the SWORD agents are trying to go in there and get her out.
The who agents?
SWORD. Agents of SWORD.
Okay.
Right? And SWORD is like an offshoot of S.H.I.E.L.D. Specifically relating to extraterrestrials and aliens and stuff.
Is it confirmed that it's them, or is that you being like it's them? It's gotta be them.
SWORD logos on the helicopter. You know, she found that colored helicopter.
I didn't notice that. But once again, I was just watching.
Yeah. SWORD logos on that. SWORD logo on the beekeeper.
Okay.
But why does SWORD have a beekeeper? I
don't know.
And it's not even like
tune in next week.
It's not even like it's on some this is just a beekeeper costume, but it's for some alien purpose. Nah. The dude was surrounded by bees. So that really confused me.
You know, the only thing that came to my mind once I finished 2 episodes was can't wait for next week. That's it. That's why when you were like, let's talk about it. Let's do it. I'm just like, I don't have much to talk about. Shoot. Nothing came to me. So, I watched it. I enjoyed it.
I'll keep talking, bro.
I enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing. Don't do that with the cable, please. Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing what they finally do because they didn't really do anything.
Finally, and it's just been set up. But it seems like for both Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, Wandavision, they having fun. It doesn't seem like they having fun.
Yeah,
definitely more than they previously were.
Paul Bettany was probably my favorite part.
Yeah,
he was really good. Elizabeth Olsen was great too.
Both really charismatic.
I also think she's very pretty.
Agnes or Agatha Harkness, who's Agnes, that the neighbor,
the white lady.
Yeah. I think she's doing a really good job too.
Yeah, I like her.
And always making like
she plays that. She plays that role well because in all her movies she's always like the peppy neighbor. She always does that well. The boss's wife, I don't know her name, Kitty from that '70s show.
Yeah, she did a good job because
I like her.
I was
but
uncomfortable.
The only thing that really struck me was that she's looked like that for like the past 30 years, so she's aging very well. Like.
Maybe the black and white is doing her some favors.
That's it. That's legitimately all I've had during the course of the 2 episodes. That's all I was thinking.
Because I'm watching this thinking, like, what direction are they going to take it in? This is the future of the MCU, no matter how it plays out. But I'm thinking it's awesome. She's warping reality, right? But she's also being manipulated by some higher force and manipulated into producing children. That's what I think it is. And the higher force could be, I got 3 candidates. Mephisto, which is I think like the obvious answer, especially since I think Wanda was like the devil's in the details, and then Agnes was like, that's not the only place he is. Mephisto is the devil of the MCU or the Marvel universe, and they didn't bring him in Infinity War, which he was like the driving force, like manipulating Thanos into whittling it down from 50% to 100% of like killing everybody. He was just in his ear whispering sweet nothings. But Mephisto is prime suspect number one. Then Nightmare. What if she's in some type of dream coma and he's trying to kind of take that reality warping power out from her by messing with her head. And this is the wild card, but I think is a possibility just because of his connection to Doctor Strange, and he's already the only other character that's been established in the MCU thus far, Dormammu. And I'm not seeing really much people talking about him as far as the theorists. They say Mephisto, they say Nightmare, but I think Dormammu is kind of likely to be the big bad for WandaVision and for Multiverse of Madness, because he's a Doctor Strange villain. That's what WandaVision is leading up to. But I am very excited for episode 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
When does Spider-Man show up, bro?
Bro, that's a great question, but you got to set up the multiverse before you could get into the Spider-Verse. I'm getting less and less excited about that movie.
When does Goku come out, bro?
Bro, Wanda can't be Goku. She got the power of the Infinity Stone, she can't be Goku.
Nah, I think Wanda could be Goku. We've said this. This argument is invalid because Alien X and Dr. Manhattan can beat every one of them, so it doesn't matter. The fight is nothing.
Well, here's how you beat Dr. Manhattan. Get him to stop caring, and with Alien X, they got to deliberate before every decision. If you distract them or get them to argue,
I would still take Dr. Manhattan over all of them.
Yeah, but you gotta give Dr. Manhattan a reason to fight, or he'll just dip.
I could throw in Spawn in there. I could throw Spawn could kill heads.
I don't know enough about Spawn to say.
That's anti-black, bro. You don't know Spawn?
Yeah, I know he has really cool comic book art, but I didn't like watch any of the movies.
Spawn is essentially Todd McFarlane going, what are all the cool superpowers? Put it into one person. Oh, wow. Like, that's all Spawn is. He has guns. He knows magic. He could fight.
He's black.
Come on.
That's the best superpower.
Oh, speaking of black superheroes, you saw the pictures of the Mortal Kombat movie coming out, right?
Yeah.
I thought they looked really bad. Yeah. But I'm really excited for that movie because I like Mortal Kombat. Everybody says Jax looks like Steve Harvey.
I feel like that's a little bit anti-black. he's just bald with a mustache.
It's the mustache. Yeah. It's not even the fact that he's bald. When was
Jax ever bald with a mustache? I never saw Jax like that.
Sometimes he normally has like his younger version. He has a flat top.
Yeah,
because he's from the 90s flat top. Version, and the older version, in Mortal Kombat 10, he was bald, but his Revenant was a bald. I think he had a goatee.
Oh,
but he didn't have just like the thick mustache.
I feel like a black man with a goatee is cool. A black man with a mustache is Steve Harvey though. So that's kind of how they came to that conclusion.
Sure. It looks like a straight to DVD movie, and I think that's really what's kind of like for me.
But that's what's going on with the whole pandemic. People doing straight to DVD stuff.
Well, no. I'm talking about like the Street Fighter Rise of Chun-Li movie that was like terrible and was only in theaters for like 2 days, and then it went straight to theaters. And like now, everything's straight to home movies. Now stuff is straight to home movies, but they're still like Wonder Woman 84. That movie, oh my God, I could talk about Wonder Woman 84.
I tried to watch it twice. I fell asleep both times and gave up.
You fell asleep. That's honestly, that's probably the best thing that could happen in that viewing experience, because it's either that or actually sitting through the whole movie.
Oh my God.
I tried.
And it's your boy, Pedro Pascal.
I love Pedro Pascal, man.
What's he doing?
Nah, he was the best part of that movie, was he not?
He was like,
he was the best part of that movie. But he was still kind of bad, because that movie was bad. Yeah. Even my grandma was like, that. I didn't like that movie. Wonder Woman did nothing. She was barely Wonder Woman. She was just woman.
She was woman without the wonder.
She was woman without the wonder. Like, you made my grandma upset, DC.
Oh, wow.
Are you excited for the Snyder cut of the...
No.
Justice? Me either. No. I'm going to watch it, though.
Yeah, the same.
It's 4 hours. Yeah. Like, why? I'm
not good with really long movies.
I don't like Zack Snyder because he's kind of full of himself, and he thinks he's just the man. And he's kind of like Michael Bay, where he's like... you know, I need explosion here. I need epic cut here. I need cursing here. I need this guy dying over here, and it makes it a great movie.
Batman says the F word.
Yeah, and he's constantly saying like, Batman is gonna be this. He's be this badass. He's gonna say the F word, and he expects people to be like, "Yes, Zach, you get us
finally."
DC fans rejoice because Zack Snyder.
Nah,
but this looks bad. It still looks bad. It's still, I don't know. I'm excited.
Steppenwolf looks worse than
it looks worse.
I don't know how they did
I'm
it.
excited. I'm excited for Martian Manhunter. That's it.
Yeah. What? Green Lantern?
Was he? Oh, I guess he was kind of confirmed. He wasn't confirmed to be in it, but they showed the Lantern Corps. Yeah. That's about it. But it doesn't matter because it's all in the trash. They're moving forward.
Oh, and Cyborg.
And they cut out Cyborg. So it's like, it doesn't. Why? Why do you want to see this? What's the point? Yeah. This is just a waste of money. Yeah. Bro, start a business with that money.
Yo, follow LOC.
Zach, what are you doing, bro?
Zach,
you sitting on the couch, you watching TV. Come on, it's easy, man. You gotta do it.
You gonna tell it it's gonna turn into a ad to go back to school?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what was that? Everest?
It was Everest College. Yeah.
Everest College. That was a good edit. The Everest edit.
Was it? Not really. So. I just put it in the video. That's what I'm talking about.
It's like sometimes like knowing when to provide context because I guess know what you were talking about.
Sure. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm growing stagnant. I'm growing stale. I'm getting old, man.
The things that once brought you joy are not.
It's the South Park episode where Stan turns 10 and everything turns to shit. Like all he hears is shit, all he sees is shit.
Wow.
That's me, man.
That's pretty real.
That's why I didn't have that.
Turn 20.
That's why I didn't enjoy WandaVision like you did.
Yo,
because I'm not seeing it through the same lens you are.
And I watched it again today before I came over.
I do like
look at
that.
The notes I took. I took notes.
Oh wow, you wrote it too. Yeah. Wow, you're a fan.
Yeah, I'm a real fan, bro.
I do.
Oh, and if we really want to get into it, I could read over my notes.
That's just like that's okay.
Bro, you see this? He's
we're already pushing an hour.
Freedom.
I think we're at an hour already. You made me lose my train of thought. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Don't give me that look, man. You know what you signed up for when you met me, bro. You knew the type of demons I had, bro. You make this face now, but you don't get sad when you take trips to the bank, right? When you're collecting that YouTube check. Let me tell you this right now. All that money that's in your pocket right now is because of me, all right? Do you think this is the year we get that YouTube check?
I have no clue. But I feel like it's a double-edged sword.
The radiator turned off, thank God.
Once we start, like, once you get successful, I feel like that kind of stifles the growth a little bit.
What is success? Like, what does that mean?
100 million subscribers, baby. We got 100 million subscribers. We're not gonna experiment. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah. No. Once we get 100 million subscribers, that's it. We delete the channel. And we just run away with our pile of money. I was looking.
Take my money to the Amazon.
I was looking because there's like a plugin that you could download on Google Chrome, and it tells you the stats.
Subscribers for free.
No, it tells you the stats of YouTubers. Like you go to a YouTube channel and it gives you like an estimate of like how much they average.
You guys should use that and go to our channel and see.
You know, to feel bad for us, you know.
Pity.
And oh my God, like the 20 million subscriber channels, like they say they estimate like 50K to 300K a month. And it's just like, that's just
views or income?
Income, money, $1,000. Just from their videos. That's not even from their other ventures. That's just from ads,
merch, and oh my God, Jesus Christ!
Like
brand deals.
Like I don't know if you saw Matthew Watson. He started a Minecraft server. And he's been streaming that. He has like everybody in that Minecraft server, including me. I'm in it. Cool, he's been streaming lately, and like every minute he gets donations, like $10, $20, $5, and it's like, Oh, like
but why that scream of anguish? That's gonna be us soon. We just gotta keep doing what we're doing, baby.
I hope.
It has to. There's nothing left.
There's nothing else left in life to look forward to except for that YouTube check.
YouTube check, baby.
You know what I realized once we do get it, we never established like business accounts, so we're just gonna have to like split it in half and take it to the bank.
Shit, I guess.
We don't know who gets more, who gets less.
Yeah. But
It'll probably be the end of us.
No,
actually,
I feel
our
like
relationship.
No, what we would do is we would take out money, like an editor's salary, take out money for like an artist's salary, whatever.
Okay. Well, how do you determine how much an editor gets and how much an artist gets?
That's the thing. We'll look it up, and you'll get that, and then I'll get that, and then we'll split the remainder.
What's an artist's salary? Do artists just get the same freaking salary, yearly salary?
No, but once again, we'll negotiate, baby. Best believe.
And that's gonna be the downfall of us all, bro.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna be
not in it for the. I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to have my own.
I want to be comfortable
and be comfortable.
I want to not go through the day and be like, damn, how am I gonna pay this bill,
if
bro?
I was on some like PewDiePie money, I would probably do like some type of nonprofit. I don't want like a mansion even. Like,
what about our recording studio? We need to get
it
that.
It would be very nice to have an apartment and a recording studio. That would be nice to have.
I would love to have a recording. That's the dream right there, the recording studio.
Yeah, baby. Maybe 5 mansions. Maybe yacht. Maybe
my own basketball
helicopter.
Court. That's
my God.
That's all I care. Yeah.
But I already had that, you know.
Yeah, and you let it slip away. So,
I mean, did I let it slip away, or did somebody
try
to
slip away?
tomahawk?
Nah, you let it slip away, bro. That's because you would just let random people come into your backyard. You'd let there'd be like 12 people in your backyard. I'd be like, bro, there's not enough space for this.
A majority of them I knew, but then people would bring their friends and things.
Exactly, and that's where you got to be like, okay, cut it out. Yes, I would, bro. You're not valid here. I don't know you.
Nah, bro, but they a friend of a friend, so I'm gonna let it rock.
Okay, what if that friend of the friend is a furry, bro?
Crack?
Is a furry.
What if you're old pedophile?
Nah. You had people like a lot older than us come.
A lot older, at most 1-2 years.
No, it was not 1-2 years.
We was like the one dude with the dreads. You remember him, dark skin dreads?
Yeah, and he set a screen on me, and I fell like 5 feet back.
Dude was strong. But he's probably like 4 years old.
What I'm saying is, if I had a basketball court, friends and family,
We understand.
If you have just a slight color, maybe I'll think about it. Future me, cut that out. I can't let that out in public. Are we done here? I think we're done.
I guess so.
Yeah, this is an hour and 37 minutes. So we're done here, everybody.
Or I could just read over my notes for Wandavision. So one of the first lines
thank
in
you,
episode
everybody.
1,
Let's hope
Wanda
that
says,
2021 is a lot
indestructible
better.
Head, when he very clearly got his skull pinched by Thanos, so his head is
I hope
indestructible.
Everybody's wealthy. I hope everybody's just happiness.
She talks about the breakfast that she's going to prepare, and Vision says, "I don't eat food," and it's kind of an homage to all of the big meals that are prepared at the beginning of movies and shows.
I hope you continue to watch the channel. 2021
goes out to work, doesn't even take a bite.
So thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time on DOOMCAST. 2021 about to be a movie.
To the right that she describes, and she says her mother-in-law was in town. Could that be Mephisto's mama? Who knows? She also says this is gonna be a gap.